Hello everyone, this is Janessa Mosley with JM Wildlife Arc, and tonight I'm just going to do a quick little update video on some of the enclosures that we've got set up behind me. I'm just going to be in the video for the beginning here, and then most of it's going to be showing the enclosures and talking a little bit more about them. So here we are. I'm going to step out, and as you can see, they're not quite in place yet. I just recently got finished cleaning these two, and then my husband put silicone on the inside to fill the seals. Can't see too well, so these bottom ones are still empty, and these bottom two are 6 foot by 2 foot by 2 foot animal plastic enclosures. I'm the second owner of them. There's Cake in the video, that's one of our cats. So hopefully tomorrow we're gonna get these back in place where these are. We're gonna take out that bottom enclosure completely and basically move this stack over here and rearrange some of the enclosures. In the meantime though, Waffle's enclosure, which as you can see is me, so I'm gonna open this door here. Waffles is enjoying her new enclosure. She's enjoying the shelf. How do you like it up there, Waffles? She's like, I like it up here. So this top enclosure, the reason why it's already ready to go is because it was already pre-assembled. The top one is a 6 foot by 2 foot by 17.5 inches, and it's a Boaphile enclosure. And when you get from Boaphile, the enclosures come already pre-assembled. I got the shelf. Really excited about this shelf. I was probably more excited about this shelf than I have been over any other shelf in my life. And that's just because I wanted the boas to have more space to come up here. This will be perfect. I plan on pairing Waffles next year. So this top shelf up here right underneath the heat will be perfect for her when I do pair her, if she becomes gravid. So this is half the enclosure. This is the other half of the enclosure, which it is a little barren. I don't really put too much stuff in there for my breeding females, just because it's easier for me to clean. It's easier when I do pair them together. So right now she's got substrate, she's got her hides, her water, just your basic standard stuff. But what's neat is now that she's got this shelf, she can go up and down, give her more places to hide, give her more exercise, which this top enclosure was going to be for Aurora, one of my other breeding females, but I've noticed it's not as tall as these other two. And Aurora back here is kind of used to having her taller, that's Aurora over there, her taller 2 foot enclosure. So she's going to be going from this one over to this one, and then I've got another breeder female that's going to go in this other big one. So we'll have Waffles, Aurora, and then the third breeding female I have, her name is Addie, and she's a big girl. She's between 7 to 8 foot long, so she'll enjoy the upgrade as well. So I just wanted to give a little update. Getting closer to being done. So Waffles is enjoying her new enclosure. I'm happy that she's enjoying it. Once again, we're going to move this stack over here. Probably move this enclosure on top of here. Could only stack so many up on top of each other before it reaches the ceiling. And then I just wanted to talk a little bit about kind of the pros and cons of the Boaphile enclosure and the animal plastics enclosure, what I like about each one, what I don't like about each one. So we'll start off with the Boaphile enclosure. I like that it came pre-assembled. Everything was all built and ready to go. So that made it really, really easy. We didn't have to put any silicone in it. We didn't have to glue anything. The only thing we had to install was the heat panel and drill holes back there for the heat panel. So I really like how it came pre-installed. I think it's a little bit higher quality. The doors just seem a little bit more nice. They seem a little bit more, what's the word? Not crooked. So I do think the Boaphile enclosure is a higher quality. It's more convenient. I like the Boaphile enclosure. The only thing I really, I guess, don't like about it is I wish that it was 2 foot, 6 foot by 2 foot by 2 foot instead of the 6 foot by 2 foot by 17.5 inches. I do wish this enclosure was as tall as these two. That's probably the only complaint I have as far as the Boaphile enclosure goes. The animal plastics enclosures, which I'll close this real quick. I also like to, the latches feel nice and secure, and there's just 2 latches per door. So the animal plastics enclosures, they've got, there's 1 latch, 2 latch, 3 latch, 4 latch, 5 latch. So there's 5 smaller latches for the door. It comes down. Unfortunately, there's not a shelf in these ones. Hopefully we can add a PVC shelf sometime in the future, because I do really like the shelf. So one of the downsides is this door, it does not fit in to this side. So it will still close. You can still use the other locks, and it's still nice and secure. That's not going to open. But this does not fit in here, so you cannot use this lock or this lock. So once again, not quite as high of quality as the Boaphile enclosure, but that's okay. It's still a nice enclosure. It's made out of the same material. It's made out of PVC. Animal plastic enclosures do not come pre-assembled. You have to put those together yourself. I got lucky and I found these two for sale, not necessarily locally, because we did drive a few hours to pick them up, but found them within a few hours of where we lived. So we picked them up, and the only thing we had to do for these ones is put silicone in there just to seal off the bottom. Guess we didn't have to do that. I just prefer to. That way it keeps water out of there. It keeps any of the poop or pee from going in there, so it'll keep it cleaner. So I like how the animal plastics enclosures are bigger. I like how this is actually 2 foot of space. It gives the boas, especially the adult females, much more room to go up. And then if I can get a shelf in there, that'll be nice. So almost there. And then yeah, see, this door does close. It does stay closed. So, and then this enclosure on the bottom is the same exact animal plastics enclosure on the top here. So right now we're letting the silicone dry overnight. And then tomorrow we're gonna install the other 2 heat panels with the thermostats and basically move this stack back here. The 2 females I plan on putting in this enclosure and this enclosure. Aurora is currently breeding right now. She's currently being paired with Pochita. So we're not going to put any substrate in there. We're just going to have paper towels. And then the other female, Addie, I did separate Pancake, my male, from her, as he wasn't showing much interest for a couple days. However, I might try to put them back together. So anytime I put a breeding pair together, I only use paper towels. It minimizes the risk of any type of substrate getting stuck on their underneath area while they're mating. So just wanted to give an update. Super excited about these. I've never been so excited about enclosures in my life. So stay tuned. Hopefully tomorrow, once we move everything and get everything in place, I can make another video showing all my racks, all my other enclosures, and just showing over my whole boa room and not just one section at a time. So just want to give a quick update. I love how Waffles is just up there enjoying that shelf. Just having a good time. So, yeah. Thank you everybody for watching. I appreciate it. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop a comment below or reach out to me. And once again, thank you all for watching, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Bye, guys.